I said, did you see her face?
Keep on.
Hey, do we gotta add facilities to the agenda?
No, November.
We're not gonna vote on it?
When I get a contract. Yeah, then I really get embarrassed.
You don't have to have any kind of motion or anything.
Hey, you just copy on this.
Make sure you do
We'll be on
what I
this.
did, because I won't enter into a contract.
All break today.
No, no. I didn't know if you had to have a motion, just even start the talks.
No.
Okay.
Played enough? Chop, 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 chop.
Anxious.
I'm a man on an island. A man on an island.
Chop, chop, motion. Second.
Let's let the October 7th, 2021 board meeting start. I know we already have, but I would love Mr. Garrett to say the pledge and prayer again.
Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to be here again this evening. Dear Lord, be with our families and the kids during this upcoming break. Dear Lord, watch over and keep them safe. Be with us and help us to make the best decisions for you. In your name we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda.
Make a motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Ms. Malone, roll call please.
Mr. Newman.
Yes.
Mr. Moffett.
Yes.
Ms. Bridges.
Yes.
Mr. Riding.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Ms. Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Presley.
Yes.
At this time, do we have any visitors that would like to speak? Anything that's on the agenda? If not, moving on. Consent agenda.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda. Second.
Have a
Second.
motion
Second.
and a second. Mr. Moffett. Roll call please.
Mr. Moffett.
Yes.
Ms. Bridges.
Yes.
Mr. Riding.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Ms. Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Presley. Mr. Newman.
Yes.
All right. Budget amendments.
Make a motion, we approve the budget amendments as presented to us this morning, this afternoon. Sorry.
First by Mr. Newman, second by Mr. Preston. Roll call.
Ms. Bridges.
Yes.
Mr. Riding.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Ms. Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Presley.
Yes.
Mr. Newman.
Yes.
Mr. Moffett.
Yes.
Moving right along. Highland Park ADA ramp.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the ADA ramp and that we allow Director Guerin to go to county commission and ask for the funding out of AFT.
Second.
Motion, second by Ms. Harvey. Roll call on that, please.
Mr. Riding.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Ms. Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Presley.
Yes.
Mr. Newman.
Yes.
Mr. Moffett.
Yes.
Ms. Bridges.
Yes.
2021 LEA compliance report.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown. Ms.
Yes.
Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Presley.
Yes.
Mr. Newman.
Yes.
Mr. Moffett.
Yes.
Ms. Bridges.
Yes.
Mr. Riding.
Yes. Okay. 2022-23 school calendar.
I make a motion, we approve the 2022-2023.
Second.
Motion and a second.
I'd like to make a motion that we amend the calendar and remove fall break from the calendar.
Okay, so we'd be voting on the amendment first.
He's gotta
I gotta get a second.
Gotta get a second first.
He's gonna
Can I get a second?
fail for his
Can I get a hey man? Can I get a hey man?
Failed for lack of.
Okay.
Would you roll call that?
Ms. Harvey.
Yes.
Mr. Presley.
Yes.
Mr. Newman.
No.
Mr. Moffett.
Yes.
Ms. Bridges.
Yes.
Mr. Riding.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Sportsmanship award, Mr. Garrett.
Yes, at the TSVA regional meeting, Mr. Zach Cusick was awarded level 1 boardmanship award, so we'd like to recognize him. And Mr. Brian Brown was awarded level 3 boardmanship award, so we'd like to I know that takes a lot of work and effort on your guys' parts to move through those levels, so, and it shows your dedication to the students of Loudon County, so I appreciate that.
Mr. Garrett, Director's Report.
Just a couple of things. Mr. Castile, principal at Greenback School, was notified this week that he is receiving the AF Bridges TSSAA District 2 Principal of the Year Award, and that encompasses 11 counties, including Knox County, so that's pretty prestigious award for him to be awarded. They're gonna have that ceremony on November 1st, so I'm proud of him. I'm in the process of writing a grant to supplement. If you remember ESSER 3, we put a significant amount of money toward tutoring. So I'm in the process of writing a grant for another $245,000 to go toward tutoring from the state. So I hope to bring that back to you in November for approval. The state's also done another grant dealing with ELC grant, which deals with testing, COVID testing of just staff and students, not community. So I would like to look at that grant to see how much money is available. You have to do an intent to apply, and then they tell you how much money you're eligible for, and then you would actually apply. So what we found at the start of the year is that I think that would be beneficial, one, for our staff, so they wouldn't have to take off work to go get one. And we've had some, we wouldn't push it on the students, but we had some parents when they've been identified as close contacts, call back to the nurse, say what I do, how'd I go, where'd I go. So that'd be a convenience for them.
It's just for testing.
Yes, just for testing. I wasn't for this grant in the beginning because there were some strings attached to it. We had to open up to the community. Nurses had to keep timesheets, and we were only reimbursed for that. But I think it could help offset the cost of our nurses, which could help our GP budget this year if we get enough money. I just want to see how much money we get, and then we can make a decision.
And you have to use the grant money to purchase the test, or the test provided.
The grant money will purchase the test, offset your salaries, and then if we need to make improvements to the clinics, it will also cover that as well, depending on how much we get. But there's $27 million that the state has, and only districts that didn't apply the first time are eligible. So they've told me that depending on how many districts apply, then they'll divide that out on who applies, and that's how much you'll get. So it could be a substantial amount or not, but if we do the intent, then I'll be able to tell you how much, and then we can decide if it's worth it or not.
So we could build a new school, so we could get a clinic in it.
For possibly, if it's big enough, yeah, maybe. That's a good thought.
Yeah.
It's a good thought.
I like your thinking.
But that's all I have.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get long-winded.
Do we have to have a motion for him to go forward with?
I think we're good, because you can vote on the actual contract in November when I bring it back.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye on Casey, now she can beat.
Anybody have anything else?
I'd just like to say that I appreciate the job that Mr. Gary does.
Oh, he does great. Have that motion?
He's a keeper.
So moved.
Second.
That was right.